You do good, just not better than them. Huh? Let your haters motivate you and elevate you. Alright. It's Johnny niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it jigger, that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me, got all this ice on me. Got them shooters who gon' ride for me and die for me. Got niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it jigger, that's the way I'm living. Like they love me better when I ain't have it. But now they ain't good to see me living lavish. Pull up an Onyx and I let them strippers have it. I show my sometimes cause I ain't never had. Hard up till I came from the bottom. I'm throwing all the dollars, rockin' Gucci, rockin' Prada, and we the baddest models. Precious said when I step out, hit the club was showing up. Standing all up on the couches, now the whole club asking bottles. Got these niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it jigger, that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me, got all this ice on me. Got them shooters who gon' ride for me and die for me. Got them hating me because of the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it jigger, that's the way I'm living. Make it feel the type of way, bad in my face, try to steal my weight. Getting money every day, what I had to say. I ran it up, did a race. 100 bands, I'm trying to get to the money bag. Couple stacks in the road bag, make it do the money day. The way she throw it for the quarterback. The way I ran around the bags, I thought it was a running back. Got it, they hate me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it jigger, that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me.
Battle buddies, we here. Welcome back, Wayne Steven.
What up?
What's going on?
What on?
Steven without the S. What it do, baby boy?
Unless
That's true. It is without the S.
I can't believe you actually had to think about that one for a second.
I'm fried. I'm not. Hold on. Time out. Not fried like fried. I'm fried. Like I've been in the studio most of the day. Like I just got home like at 6 o'clock. So it's like my brain, like I'm just getting up to speed with my day. What's up though?
Oh, Lord. Man, I just tried to scarf down my food, so I'm here.
I just smashed I had like 20 I ate like 20 shrimp like 30 minutes ago. Like I was starving. It's crazy because if I don't get them calories, it's a wrap. Like if I do not get 3,000, I will diminish. It's not even funny.
Oh my God, Lord! Look,
How much you be eating a day, Adrian? How much do you weigh, brother? If you don't mind me asking, I'm trying to.
$1.95.
God, that's wrong. Why you waiting? Shaking your head.
You just built like a stout college running back, huh? Like you just. I wish I could get up to 190. But you know what? Listen, I'm so serious though. Do you know what I have to do to get to 195? I would have to eat 5,000 calories a day for like 3 months, maybe. It's not funny. It's horrible. It's horrible.
All right, 2,000. I mean, for me to maintain, it's usually around like 2,000 to 22-ish, 2,300. That's all it takes for me to maintain. So if I want to like drop weight, then I gotta, eat less. If I want to gain weight, then I gotta eat more.
Eating less than 2,000 is starvation, bro. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad,
bro. That's why it's hard to lose weight. I mean, because now, especially as you get older, now it used to be a lot harder. Where, for me, anyways, I was a hard gainer in the past, and so I say probably until I was about 33, 34. I would have to eat about 3,000, kind of like what you're trying to do. I would have to eat about 3,000 calories just to start tilting the scale the other way. But yeah.
Well, my doctor told me I was overweight today.
I get told that.
And then we laughed. I was like, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Then he asked how he can join my program.
Like, I don't like what. Okay, where were you standing when he said you was overweight? Like, where were you positioned?
He read the chart. He read the after the nurse weighed me.
I thought maybe he was a midget and he was at like eye level.
Shut up.
And he was like,
wait.
Huh?
Oh my God, Adrian.
There we go.
He is so
Amen.
petty. Oh my God.
You know how like you be like black owned business? You should get a t-shirt that says black owned thickness. I know. Don't worry about it. You're gonna
like
make
that?
$1 million off of every t-shirt idea that you put into play at some point.
Let me write that down. Black.
I'm just
I like
telling
that.
you. Group dominant, black owned thickness, playoff penis, all of it. Just write it down.
It's that. I mean, that's gonna be part of our merch. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Black owned thickness.
The Battle Buddies merch at the bottom of our YouTube. That's a great one, especially since everybody's buying their thickness.
Yo,
But see, then you can't say black on thickness.
it's not.
Authentic.
Wait, is Dr.
You gotta
Miami
put a little
black?
caveat at the bottom. Authentic. No, Dr. Miami is white.
I didn't know. I don't even know who he is. I just, he's the most popular one.
Mm-hmm. He's the most, I guess, the most expensive one, but the one that kind of knows what he's doing. Everybody else goes overseas.
I don't know. It's it doesn't like you. 2 out of every 10 BBLs looks good, if I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't look weird like hip to waist or hip to thigh, butt to thigh ratio. Like,
And then it
do these
depends
girls
on
not-
if it's it depends on if it's a BBL, if it's implants, if it's injections. It's so many different variations of this thing. So, child, just do some squats.
and they're not considering like how it's gonna look when the clothes come off, because like it might look nice in the jeans or in the leathery pants. But when you take that off and she got that double butt, like the butt that's fake and then the one that's hiding under it, like a turtle shell, it's like a turtle shell. It's like boom, and then you got the underbutt.
Oh my God. Yo, you are crazy. Yeah, I don't know. These folks is going crazy about these. I don't get it. The 20-year-olds and getting these BBLs. I'm like, what?
What up, Daniel?
I wish y'all could see this this group that I'm in on Facebook. I'd be wanting to scream in there so bad, but I can't say nothing because it's this place I think it's in Miami, somewhere in Florida, called the Plastic Something Dolls. And they all they created this group on Facebook because this doctor doesn't have any like aftercare. They don't have any you can't call to get any help after you get finished getting done. So it's like all these nightmares, and then there's some great stories. And so people are in there. I'm scared now. I don't want to go get my surgery. I heard she don't do this, and this is what I came out looking like. My butt lopsided, my breasts falling out. It's a mess.
And the thing with dudes, like we just gotta work with what we got.
Dudes get plastic surgery all the time. Believe me.
Stop.
No,
it,
I'm talking about
Didi.
where it counts.
Stop it, Didi. Stop.
You don't think they have?
Please.
You don't think they have penis enlargement surgery?
No,
Google it. They do. Yes.
I'm not Googling that. My cookies would be ridiculous.
Yes, they do.
If I Google penis enlargement, you know how my ads is gonna look?
You can do that?
Yes, they do. Yes. They have surgeries for that.
Mm.
You try to have my AdSense all messed up. Hey, wait, I heard you're struggling. No, I'm not.
Hell,
Didi told me to Google penis enlargement.
But women getting BBLs don't make their box better. Just make their butt bigger.
But it's the equivalent in a way because it's our showpiece.
It's definitely not.
It
And
is
then
our
you
showpiece.
get disappointed. We can't see it.
If I throw them gray sweatpants on, you can. Not me, generally.
You can fake that. You can put a sock down there. Dudes do
Why
it
would
all
I do
day.
that?
Teenagers do it all the time.
Why would I do that? Like it just doesn't make sense. Like
If you don't have a big penis and you catfishing folks. Yeah, I'm just saying. But I mean, it's
Catfishing?
just crazy. Like people, Wayne.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm
The
not.
people, like these women get these BBLs, and it's like that don't make their stuff good. It just means they got a bigger butt now. Anyway, welcome to the
yes.
Battle Buddies. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. For anybody that is here for the first time, we will introduce ourselves. I will introduce the great, legendary, the one, the only, Adrian Taylor, aka
Hey, Deezy.
AKA
Mr. Taylor.
got something to say. Hey.
Mr. Taylor. I like that.
Call him Mr.
Right.
And then we have Mr. the one and only. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what he's gonna say.
I'm chilling.
Woo, Mr. Wayne Stephen, aka
I'm chilling. That's the AKA. I'm chilling.
aka his shirt say cocky.
There you go. No, it's Cocky Clothing Brand. Shout out to my man Spence. Cocky Clothing Brand on Instagram. I like his stuff. We got Miss Dee Dee Legette, aka
the core queen. Look me up.
I'm not googling that either because my ads would be crazy. AKA
the queen of client results, snatching waist.
What you drinking on tonight?
Tito's and Diet Coke. Why are you looking like that, Wayne? What is the
Tito's and Diet Coke?
Yeah, that's what I drink. That's my go-to drink normally.
For real?
When I'm at the club or anything, yeah.
I don't go carbonated if I'm gonna chase something, but usually I just drink my vodka straight.
No,
like I don't go carbonated. What you got, Adrian?
Go H2O.
You got weed water. What if they made that? They
something like that. Actually, something like that.
I got weed juice.
Make weed water. You know what? All right.
Go ahead.
No. Hold up. So you drink? You know what? I don't drink vodka straight. That's one. I don't know. Like if I drink vodka, I like to chase vodka. I need. Yeah, I don't drink vodka straight.
Nah, get yourself a nice smooth Kettle One, and freeze the bottle, and then just pull up your double shots or whatever you're gonna do. Yeah,
I do a good bourbon, whiskey. You know what I'm saying? I'll do those straight. I don't know vodka straight. No, I don't know.
I don't want nothing.
I never really just sip vodka like that. I guess maybe I'm not drinking the right vodka. That could possibly be it too, right?
No, the more expensive the vodka, the more edible. I'm bugging. The more palatable. the more.
We know what you want.
Yo, what's the first topic? Go ahead.
We know what you want.
Hey.
Well, we need to spotlight a black-owned business today. Adrian.
Oh yeah, so it's on me. So my homegirl, Andrea Mitchell. So actually, Dee Dee, I don't know if you know her. She was actually stationed at Eglin as well when we was there.
What's her name?
Andrea.
I think
Andrea. Okay, let me keep going and maybe it'll ring a bell. But doing all things. So she actually has, a website, blog where she talks about foods and recipes. She actually has a book as well too, A Woman's Prayer guide, and she has a YouTube channel as well too. So we'll link the site so that way, because it's all connected. It's a hub, and go show us some love. Get some of her merch. Get a book, something. Show us some love. Black-owned business spotlight. Let's get it, baby.
Hey, we out here doing some things.
You feel me?
Okay, so we are going to go into the trending topic of the week. The first one we're going to start with is the NCAA basketball championships. What y'all think? Did you watch them? Did your team win, not win? Did they get kicked out early? What you got?
I don't watch college basketball. I'm going to keep it a buck. I haven't been interested in college basketball in decades. Seriously, I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a while.
So I watched the game last night. I almost didn't watch the second half. I said I thought it was like, oh man, Kansas did not show up to play today. This game is over. Good thing I did watch that second half, because then I seen them come all the way back and take the game. So I like North Carolina. I actually like North Carolina. So I was looking at them like they were some suckers, but because who goes down 40-25 at half, and then you blink, go get you something to drink, come back, and it's 40-35, and then it's 40-36. You like, what's going on here? So, but I mean, hey, I guess that's why you play the game, the whole game.
So I didn't watch the game last night, but I did watch some of the women's game because I'm a huge Dawn Staley fan. Shout out to Philly. And she's one of the best basketball coaches to ever coach basketball, in my opinion. So I definitely wanted to see her win. So I watched some of that. And when I first started watching the game, they was blowing them out. It was crazy. I'm like, UConn ain't going to fight at all.
No, they didn't.
But
no,
like dang,
they was like what North Carolina was supposed to do the entire game. I mean, that's how they did Connecticut. And Dawn Staley is not only one of the greatest basketball coaches, but she's one of the greatest players to ever play.
Absolutely.
No, sure.
Point guard, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And for the men, I was upset because my team, one of our great players got hurt, so that hurt our chances of. We should have been in the championship. Villanova, shout out Philly again. But that's just how the cards fell this year from Villanova. But they had a great season. Jay Wright is a great coach as well.
Then you got, the coach in North Carolina. I'm thankful that my wife
is Hubert Davis. Hubert Davis.
I'm
proud of him
that my wife is white.
Oh God! When he said that shit,
he didn't say that.
I wanted to punch him. Yes, he did. We first got the job. In his
he
interview,
did that in his press conference.
That's one of the actual clips on the Breakfast Club when they start their intro. When they play that.
Never mind. I'm not even going.
Yeah.
On Donkey of the Day.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not even. I'm going to just be right here. And Tory Lanez got arrested because he made a comment about Megan Thee Stallion on the internet. Literally just now.
Yep. Because he violated his court order.
What did he say?
He got $350,000 bond, ain't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what he said.
Because he been saying stuff. Right?
He been saying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the last court date, they told him that he can't, or it's going to be a violation.
But even
I don't even understand why do people. No, they just went to court like maybe a month ago.
Right.
Maybe less than that. He hadn't said nothing else about her.
Yes.
He ain't said nothing about her. He may have said something about the incident.
He been dry snitching. He been dry snitching around that situation for a little bit. He been playing
he ain't said nothing about her. He can't say nothing. He can't say her name. He can't say nothing about her.
Because he called her. He said, you. Because what he say?
He can imply.
Something. Right, like
he can imply, but he can't say her name.
You dirty. How you gonna sleep with the cat that your girl was sleeping with? Something crazy. He just been dropping little nuggets here and there. I guess
that's the problem though. Like people gonna let social media ruin their real life. Shut up. Just be quiet.
He don't know how.
Like it's like they are addicted to that. Like you have to say something on social media. You gotta say it.
But this is where I be saying. Like, this is how you can tell that before people get money, they didn't have any kind of stature. Because when you do, like, money is just literally going to be a magnification of who you really are. Mm-hmm. He was really always a sucker, probably.
And the crazy part is, like, before that happened, like, Tory Lanez was just like, whatever, make good music. Whatever.
Make good music, right. I liked him better before people knew him. Because before people knew him, like when he was rapping, like not singing a lot, like before people discovered him and he got popping, he was like regular, mad humble. Now he a whole sucker. Like he just, I don't know, man. These young dudes are wild.
They just cannot not post shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Attention is the new drug, though. For real, attention is so.
Listen, the way that people are like really using their life experiences and their life, like how they are and what they have access to, and acting as if that's the only way things happen in the world is insane to me. Like people are saying like, oh my God, well, he's going to get in trouble. He's going to go to jail. Do you understand that everybody doesn't really care about certain stuff like you do? Everybody, like people use their own values and morals and they put them on to everybody else and expect that they're supposed to act this way because, oh my God, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that, right?
Okay, but they did. Like social media has made it to where people think they have a voice and people are supposed to give a shit about it. And they also made it to where, like back in the day, there was code. There were certain unspoken codes that you just couldn't say anything without getting your ass beat the fuck up.
Right.
People have been hiding behind the screen for so long that they think everything is on the table, and there are no boundaries for anything until there is. And then it's this fake outrage about everything. Like, no, shut up. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
Nah, it's funny. My brother, because I posted about him today. My brother, like a year ago, I know he ain't catch a case, but I'm just like, my brother a year ago had an altercation with a dude who was saying stuff about him on the internet. And the dumb thing is they live in the same like neighborhood. And he's like clowning them on, like he's just saying stuff. And my brother was like, all right. And he called him like that phone screen was no longer relevant. And my brother's way more aggressive than me. Like he's a problem. Like, so I knew it was bad. And that's why I said today, if my brother does stand up, if somebody ever run up on a stage on him, it's not gonna be good. Like all this, like that's another thing too, people breaking boundaries. Like, I'm gonna take it from behind the phone screen. I'm gonna do this. No, you're not. You're not.
No,
you are not.
No. Exactly. Like everybody talking about, oh, did y'all see that video that Tony Rock did? Why is he making a video? Real goons don't make videos you pull up. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like y'all are insane. That was insane. I'm like, y'all got, wait a minute, it's 10 of y'all and your brother still slapped. And ain't nothing else happened. Go sit down.
Stage slap too. That's unfortunate.
Shut up. Like, I cannot handle fake outrage. It really makes me mad. I'm like, so now we now Hollywood is holier than thou. And all of these pedophiles, sexual assault abusers, predators, domestic violence abusers, people with DUIs, vehicular homicide, all these folks have done all these things in Hollywood, all of that, and they still working. But Will Smith is just such a big outrage. Man, shut up.
I think a lot of it had to do with his perceived image, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have
that's the problem.
When you have a perceived image, like if Mel Gibson would have did it, like somebody who's like kind of like irate and like erratic, we'd be like, oh man, you see what he do? You see what he did that we knew he was gonna do?
Kanye West. Oh yeah, we told y'all
right.
Crazy.
When Kanye does something, it's like, he did that again. But like because of a perceived image, when you let your environment shape you, that's different. Like that's why I applaud people like because Sydney Vance was just on the Breakfast Club. That's why I like guys like Sydney Vance, Angela Bassett, Denzel, his wife, Samuel Jackson, his wife. Like the environment doesn't shape them. Like that's who they are. But Will Smith came pre-packaged as a thing and had to stay there. Like he's still Fresh Prince at the end of the day. Like that's how people see him. And he's been packaged that way ever since. So when he
even before the Fresh Prince, when he with the music, like that was his label, no cursing, non-violent lyrics, like that was his good boy image. So that right there, that whole package you just described is the one reason it doesn't make sense to me that people are so outraged at the fact that they just knew that Jada knew he was going to do something. I'm like, how? He's never done it. He's never been that violent, like that aggressive before. So why would she think that he would go and do that? Why didn't she stop him? Because she probably didn't think he was going to do that. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, bro. That's just weird. We live. It's weird. Like it's weird time. But anyway, go ahead.
And I still think it's staged, but I still stand on the fact that that's what you get. Watch your fucking mouth, and then you won't get slapped. That's all I say. But I'm from old school. You can't just say anything without me punching you in your face. Where I'm from, so I'm just saying. Because had he called her a bitch or something like that, everybody would be like, "Oh, he shouldn't have called her a bitch." Oh, because that's your boundary, right? Because that crossed the line for you. Oh, right. Got it. Okay. Now it ain't assault. Now we good. Now we high fiving. Got it. A white dude call her a nigger. He could slap him. Oh, because that crossed the line. Got it. Cool. Just saying.
Crazy times, man. Crazy times.
These folks out of control, man. Tory Lanez, but they said a little ugly stuff now. Now he about to be somebody's girlfriend.
If he's not already.
Shut up. He little.
I'm just saying, all them celebrities is mad small.
Oh, this big.
Like Drake 6'2", Lil Wayne 5'6", 5. Like
Me on Weezy like that.
all of them celebrities is mad little and easy to
T.I.
handle and yeah, anyway, you know what? No, you take the high road. They get raped, but anyway, this I have my takes on the music industry. I see too much. I see too much that people be like, no, that's just coincidence. Yeah, all right.
No, it's a lot going on.
And is it me? And before we move on, is it me or is Lil Baby looking weirder and weirder as the years progress? Like he's changing.
Stressed out. He's
Lil
stressed
Baby's
out.
changing a little bit. Like they pressuring him.
Well, yeah, once you cross through that door, and they're coming back. And when the dollars is up here, you don't cross through that door. So it's some things you got to do that you may not like. So I'll keep telling them all money ain't good money. And the music industry, entertainment industry ain't the only way to get it.
Cat Williams, they thought Cat Williams was wilding when he made that joke. He wasn't playing.
Nah.
Don't
There's a lot going on out there in them streets. No, don't you do it. They give you a chance, though. They do give you opportunity. If you take it, they ain't gonna tell you what's in the door. But once you go in there, woo, no coming out.
Not normal anyway. Not unscathed.
No. So how about we talk about another trending topic? I don't know how trending it is, but I know I've seen it on a few blogs. And I've seen a lot of comments about it. And I think this has been lingering for years anyway, but now I don't know why it just happened to come up again this week about Russell Wilson being a cornball. I don't know why. I don't know why they keep calling that good man a cornball. Give me the cornball shit. I don't understand. Like they praise Future, but then they clown him. It makes no sense.
But they don't praise Future because they praise him when it's in comparison to the opposite. If it's Future isolated, then it's like, oh, he's got mad kids. Oh, he said this, he does that. He talks about drugs, blah, blah, blah. But if it's Future compared to, it's like, oh yeah, that guy is corny. Look how popular Future is. Like,
but when you look at it in the terms of the types of men women choose, they're more like Future than they are like Russell. Because why are we still trying to figure out what Sierra's prayer is if we don't already have a Russell? Because these chicks still going after Future.
Good self-control. That was good. That was good. Because you didn't want them.
I didn't.
You didn't want them.
Because they keep saying what they want, but they keep going after the same Future type dude.
I'll let Adrian speak on this because I like his takes on things like this because he takes the gloves off and he goes hard. So go ahead.
No, I think honestly, the reason why women go for this type is one, they're comfortable with it. I know it's just that crazy thing, right? It's funny, but we sit around and we talk about like, I don't like drama, but yet there's nothing but drama in your life, right? I'm pretty sure y'all know people like that. Y'all know people that swear they don't like drama, but no matter where they go, the drama follows and they tend to go right to it, right? I think that's part of it. You know, Russell Wilson is the unknown, right? Because not only is he telling you good things, but he's actually acting that same way, right? Typically what I think women are used to is one of the two, where you act good, but you're saying something different, which is because a guy doesn't want to be with you, or, you know, you're saying all the right things, but then your actions aren't following up. But when you have someone that's saying like, yo, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do, and their actions is following, it can't be this good. So sometimes people block their blessing. They a lot of people are using Sierra's prayer, but they blocking their own blessing when it comes to them because they're scared. Sierra wasn't scared. She knew she wanted something different. That's the difference. Prayer without work is dead. So people are praying that prayer, but they ain't working.
And they praying that prayer and they ain't no Sierra.
Well, right. I'm trying to be nice.
No,
we're trying to be nice.
Here's the thing. I feel like everybody, both men and women, try to have it both ways. And I'm gonna explain what I'm saying. Women like that dangerous guy, edgy, because, and this is in their carnal mind, they feel like he'll be more carnally satisfying, not just sex, just the overall thrill of being with a guy who plays it close to the edge, right? and then they equate a guy like Russell Wilson and probably with all slow stroke missionary, maybe pulls his penis through the pajama hole. That's how they see it in their mind. What? That's how they see it in their mind. So like they like a dangerous guy because they feel like he gonna wrap her hair around her hand and she gonna get long stroked to death and she gonna be able to tell her friend, oh girl, he blew my back out. Because when you look at Russell Wilson as a lady, I'm not a lady. I'm just saying probably from a female's perspective, he don't look like he blowing backs out. He looks like, he's like, oh, let me make love to you. Oh, I love your hair, Sierra. Oh. Like it's probably like that.
That's what it sound like.
Future probably. Future spitting on you, hitting you from the back, squeezing lube on your neck and dumping champagne on you, doing all kinds of weird stuff. And then you get off the phone, you wash all that stuff out your hair, and you go, ooh, girl, you should have seen what Future did. That nigga dumped a whole gallon of Hennessy on me while, or whatever. So they like that dangerous lifestyle.
Perfect timing. Bye, little Adrian.
Oh, I'm not the inappropriate uncle.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. I got a wave.
But women, they perceive that just like men. A man will be like, oh yeah, I need a freak in the sheets. I need a woman who's gonna do this, do that, do this. But then you don't want to let out your sight because you're afraid she in the streets doing that same freaky stuff on a dance floor or something. So we can't have it both ways, and we try to, and we just can't.
You're right.
So wait, what?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah.
I thought. So it's like we try to, as a community, we try to have it both ways. And the crazy thing is, like, I know we talk about Adrian and as a collective, we talk about like how different cultures do it. When you look at other cultures,
do it the nasty.
No.
You know what? Do it.
I would love. I know. But hold on. Let's not move from this. Let's stay right here. Do you ever look? You ain't got no room to be wowing me, Erica. Because it's only a matter of time for you start acting wild in these comments after I say these things. You ever look at a Chinese couple and wonder how they do it? I'm not the only one. But anyway, yes, you do. You lying. I do. Forget y'all.
It's like this. It's flat. And it's like, how do they don't got no, let me be quiet. Be quiet.
Anyway, no, it's true. But like, no, but that's not what I meant. Culturally, like how couples carry their spouse situation, right? Like this is gonna literally leak right into the next topic. So I really don't want to. I kind of want to slow walk it, but I don't want to fast forward into it. We want like the trauma of being with that person who sat like, oh, we get the tingles because they're doing all this crazy, freaky stuff, and I feel so because of it. But you don't trust them. You don't let that man that done tore your whole insides to shreds be more than 30 feet away from you.
Well, his peanut
because you afraid he gonna take that playoff D overseas. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. We like it both ways. That's all. That was me saying that.
Yeah. But it's really crazy how people like the men call Russell a simp, the women call him soft and lame or cornball. I'm like, but y'all say y'all want this type of dude. I'm lost. I'm confused.
We're the only ones who do that.
Because they want the, like you said, like that kind of rough edge dude, but they want him to treat them like Russell treats Sierra. Like them things, no, that's not gonna work. They don't go together.
No.
Thugs don't cry.
Smash me like Future, but treat me like Russell after. Like, no, sorry. I'm not
you might look up and get a mixture. It just depends. But
it's a rarity. It's a rarity, right, Adrian? You look like that combo, right? Never mind.
Look like that combo. Oh God.
You know? Because he's super duper alpha. So Adrian probably, you know how ADs he put it down. I'm not gonna say that sentence again.
I don't know how he puts it down at all.
You know what's crazy? Look, when I say stuff like that, I'm only looking at his square just to see his face change from my comment. I don't even be meaning it half the time. I just be
high. He don't know.
I just want to see what his face does when I say stuff. I need to go to bed. But anyway.
Well, that kind of, like you said, it kind of leads into the next topic. It's like how Black people have turned trauma into culture. Like that's literally our entire culture, from the music to the movies to the neighborhoods. Like everything is trauma. It's based off of trauma. And we kind of like thrive off of that, but then turn around and try to figure out, well, how do I fix myself? How do I heal from this trauma? But I'm constantly immersed in the trauma all the time, all the way around. And now I don't think a lot of Black people really acknowledge that, like, because it's really been conditioned that all this is okay.
Right.
Calling women bitches and hoes, talking about my wet ass pussy, talking about selling drugs, and I mean, all of these things are just normal. And like in the Black culture, like you can't even think, not just off the top of your head, can you think of any white pop culture, rock and roll, or country song that's talking about wet ass pussy or anything vulgar in that way? They may talk about things, but it's not in a way that's, it's not like some overly overt type of way. Yeah.
Go ahead, A. You got the pen in your hand. I know you about to, Go ahead.
So this is the crazy thing. You know, I'm gonna give a different perspective. I think that we kind of accept it. One is because it's made so many millionaires, right? Or fake millionaires, because we know everybody not millionaires, right? But let's say employed. It's employed a lot of people. Rap music and the change thereof of it, where it used to be, you know, fun parties, you know, to talking about quote unquote what happens on the block. Now we know that's not what happens every day. It's and think about it, how other people may look at rap music. You know, when most of rappers are talking about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and killing, what does that say about you, right? How do you not judge people based on this, right? You rapping about this, talking about this being your culture. How do you not judge people based off of that situation? And I feel like we accept it because it employs a lot of people, just like they accept it because it employs a lot of people and it makes them billionaires. See, I said billionaires. I ain't say million. Billionaires. And it's sad because, you know, when you think about in the hood, and I'm pretty sure, you know, we grew up in the hood, like there's always that 10%, right? That 10% that's just wilding out crazy. You lead them alone because you just don't know what you're gonna get from that person. They shooting, they doing all that. But for the most part, the hood is cool. The hood is great. Like it's a vibe, you know, but that's not what we necessarily talk about when it comes to the hood. We just talk about it being the worst place ever. Now, does bad things happen in there? Yeah, you're right. It does. But there's a lot of things that contribute to it that we ain't got time to really get into.
So I'm glad you left off right there, because last night I was having a conversation about perception. Because of the environment that I work in, the kids, I live in Wilmington, Delaware now. Where I work at, the kids are from Wilmington. When you listen to their stories about they run around doing drills and they popping 30 clips in the John and they letting off all these shots, I took that message in so much that when I saw regular teenagers doing regular teenage stuff, I was like, why they not shooting up the block right now? And I had to catch myself because I fell victim to the loud minority instead of the quiet majority. Because the block that I live on is quiet. I live in the hood. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When you start over, you do that. But this block is quiet. Mad working class people coming and going. Good morning. You know, the regular workaday people. You got your corner store with a couple of people hanging out in front of it. But for the most part, they keep it light. And that's the hood. That's the hood to people who are from here. But when you get force-fed a message, it's like, oh man, as soon as I step on that block, there's gonna be 8 kids with 30 shot clips shooting each other from across the street. Like, and I got caught up in listening to their story, thinking that's what this place was like, not understanding like the hood is not like it. Y'all only 10%, like you said. And the flip side of the trauma, let's think about our language. Let's think about how we talk about things. I very rarely, unless they're trying to assimilate to, I even hate to say what I'm about to say, assimilate to Black culture, very rarely do you hear other cultures say, my baby daddy, my baby mama. And the connotation in those words are negative. When I talk about Mackenzie's mom, I go Mackenzie's mom, or I just say her name.
Yep.
And when you say baby mama, it's like it rhymes with drama. So now it's baby mama drama. It's like, why does it always, why does bringing a child into the world that we may not get along, but we don't have to let us not getting along affect how that child sees us collectively? And we do that sometimes too. And that might be also the loud minority, because I know a lot of Black people who co-parent very well, but that's not what's fed to us. Like, we don't even feed ourselves that message. I mean, your co-parenting situation is dope, right, Didi? I would assume.
Amazing.
See what I'm saying? As is mine. But it's not one of those things that people, they don't want to hear that, to be honest with you. Like, we like, and whether Black people want to admit it or not, we like the stigma of that almost unapproachable. We like it. But when we find ourselves being seen as unapproachable, we don't like it. Like, don't treat me like I'm unapproachable, even though I'm going to act like it. Like, that doesn't, again, we try to have it both ways. We can't wear our trauma into situations that didn't cause the trauma.
Right.
We can't go into the bank with a chip on our shoulder and or any professional environment with a chip on our shoulder. Like, you have to take my trauma because I just brought it from where I'm from. So now we can't. Because that's how we spread the message about ourselves. By going into social situations that didn't do the thing to us that we're projecting. And that's where it's got to stop. Keep that where you got it from.
But it's like the thing with the trauma in the Black community is that it's so deep. Like you said, like trying to separate, okay, I'm going into this bank to make a transaction, so I need to have manners and be a little nice and not act like an ass. They can't separate that. They're going in there. I have family members I won't go in public with at all, period. I've been put out of places with them and I'm embarrassed because they just don't know how to act. They go in there being mean and rude to people for no reason because they're just hurt, traumatized, and the whole nine, and they just never going to deal with that at all. But they can't go into any environment without being that way. And they're so engulfed in the trauma that they can't, like, it's so many layers to even peel back that it's just not even going to work. Like, it's just going to be, that's just who they are. And it ain't going to fix, nobody's going to fix it. But when you said something about the baby mama, baby daddy thing, that is so important because to me, I feel like that's like a level of disrespect in a way. And my son's dad used to call me his baby mom. I'm like, I am not your baby's mom. I'm your son's mother. Don't do that. Like, I ain't nobody's baby mama. Like, don't do me like that. Like, because that to me, it has a negative connotation in it. Now, my daughter's dad, yeah.
What's his name? What's his title?
I'm sorry, will not. He don't have one. The sperm donor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
he's a sperm donor. But yeah, some people don't get the title either. We just don't do that. But the whole co-parenting thing in the Black community versus other cultures is so drastically different. It's insane. A lot of things are like, because we've been just so traumatized by so many things that we call it normal. Like, even like you said, just having a normal co-parenting relationship is almost impossible for a majority of Black people. It's almost impossible. It's like, wow, y'all get
there has to be friction. Like, we need it to survive. We need
together?
There to be friction.
Oh, y'all must be fucking. No, we just are cool. Like, it's literally almost unfathomable that Black people can have a child and not be sleeping together and they actually like each other and they get along for the kid. It's just like unheard of. It's sad.
Extremely sad.
Yeah. And then because y'all know I want to do a podcast real bad called Bitter Bitches. Because I don't understand, from a person who's had 2 children, 13 years apart. The first daddy had nothing to do with us, didn't help at all. The second one, amazing, great dad. So to have women who have active dads who want to be involved with their children, who make it absolutely impossible or put up every barrier for their children to have a relationship with their dad, it makes no sense to me. Because he doesn't want to be with you. That's not going to make him want to be with you anymore.
No,
like I don't get it. I don't
But
get it. Why would you hurt your child?
It's them wanting to hurt you, and them trying to figure out how to hurt you since you don't want to be with them anymore. And that's the only thing that they can do to hurt you. They don't care.
After 13, 14, 15 years, like, let it go. You done had a whole nother baby with somebody else?
Listen, and it's crazy that we didn't touch on this because I thought for sure we was going to lean on this one. We know the emotional mind versus the rational mind. If you if we really want to break it down, when a separation occurs, that's why a man can move on faster than most women. A woman will stay single and angry for a minute, whereas a dude will be like, well, time to pick myself up and dust myself off and get back on the road because don't nobody give a damn about my feelings. Because if I sit and I be bitter and mad, ain't nobody gonna care. Imagine if I'm sitting bitter and mad. Like, I mean, keep it 1,000. When we first started doing this, and Adrian checked me on the like, he like, yo, you can't get away with posting certain things. And I'm like, that's crazy. How come they could get away with doing this? And you like, because that's what they do. You don't have the luxury of acting like that. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about your bitter feelings. Women, that's why the rational mind will be like, this is the situation, let's move on. Irrational, emotional mind will keep creating scenarios to create that bitterness, to create that wall, to create that facade. Not everybody that deals with her going forward is gonna feel that costume that she's
and that's where other women who are healed need to step in. Like, yo, bitch, take that shit down. You sound stupid. You look dumb.
It's like
you a bitter bitch.
Oh man, that's like, I don't know if you ever dealt with this, Wayne, but I have, right? So meaning like, okay, maybe you fell asleep and you didn't answer your phone. You was asleep or you was out, whatever. You was at the gym. I don't know. But you come back to your phone. You pick it up. And she done had a whole conversation with herself in your text messages. Like, what? Like, you study reading. Like, oh, you ain't gonna answer? Oh, you probably with that bitch. Okay, God. She ain't shit. Like, just going on and on, having a conversation with herself, texting you. And you like, what?
I was asleep.
I've done that. I've done that before.
Like, what is the problem? Like, oh, you'll never go offline. Like, oh yeah, that's don't call me no more. You know what? Like, yeah.
I've done that before.
Ooh, I'm dodging a bullet.
But mine was, I didn't do that just off the rip. I did that because there was trust broken. So it was already seeds planted. So I didn't just off the rip be like, oh my God, no, that ain't even my thing. I don't give a shit what you do. I don't even call people. So that ain't my thing.
Oh, you just not gonna answer? Oh, what's her name? Tell me her name.
Man,
I bet she
came
ain't
up
cute.
with a whole scenario.
Like, bro, like a whole
screenshot
scenario.
Shit and everything. All on other people's pages, screenshot and sending it to them. Like, yo, I was asleep.
Yo, I hate the screenshot mafia, yo. I hate them so much. Bitter chicks got a screenshot mafia. Did you know that? Like, they have an army, a small militia of women that will hit up. All right, girl, you in charge of Twitter. You in charge of Facebook. You in charge of Snapchat. You in charge of Instagram. Break. Making everything cryptic. I'm not. You know what? I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it.
But that's that. And I don't know if, I'm sure all women do it when they're insecure, or if they just have trust issues or bringing baggage in that they just haven't dealt with, all of that good stuff. But that's another piece of trauma that doesn't get dealt with. And that can stem from so many different things when it comes to women. When we come up with these scenarios in our head, because we don't like the unknown.
Right.
We need constant reassurance. We need that validation, and we need to know that we can trust you. Because if we don't, Lord, it's on. We out there. We out there.
I like, you know what I love? It's a compliment to me when you think I have all these hoes. Thank you for believing that there are other women who just they can't wait.
You thinking if I like you, other motherfuckers like you too.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but it don't work like that though, Didi. That's not how it works.
We don't know that. We don't
Yes,
think our brains aren't wired the way y'all's are wired. So of course, there's always going to be a disconnect until you build that camaraderie with each other and you both know that everything is good.
Right.
It's just, we don't initially come out that way. We just don't.
I wish that women could get the message that if we are getting, and I don't care what nobody talking about, you could be like, I gave him everything and he still, no, you didn't. If you give a man who was looking for these things and you give him everything he needs, he not going nowhere. He gonna be exactly where you put him at. Where I left Wayne, he was in the crib, on his bed, watching Vikings with the LEDs.
But that's the problem. Women are giving men everything who don't want it. They don't want it.
Right. They be giving it to the wrong man. You know what I'm saying?
And most of the time the man is telling them they don't want it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's a real simple language. Like if we just talk to each other, and that's why I do what I do as far as the relationship goes.
Don't you do that?
Let's just talk.
Don't you do that? But that ain't the thing, Wayne.
Let's talk.
A lot of men. This time I got to be with the women for once. You know I'm always against them hoes. But no, I'm joking. I love y'all. No, a lot of men are talking, but they're lying. And they're being manipulative because they're not being intentional.
Gonna say.
No, they are. They are saying a lot of stuff because they're trying to get something. It ain't that many men out there being intentional about what they want, other than some pussy. For real, like it's not a lot of men like Adrian or you who are like really intentionally doing a lot of things when it comes.
But even with that, Didi, even with that, why do you have to lie about it? She either gonna say yes or no.
Because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with men who are still operating as teenage boys. And that's how they've always gotten it. So they don't know when it's time to transition to a man because nobody's taught them. They ain't got no guidance either. They out here just swinging for the fences.
Say it.
Who has time for all that?
I never lied to get sex when I was young. Never.
And I'm not saying lie to get sex. I'm saying they know that a woman's not just a lot of. I'm not gonna say a lot.
I got you.
Some women aren't gonna just be having sex with them because they're honestly saying, "Oh, I just want to have sex." They gotta put on a facade and send their representative to get a little bit deeper to make it seem like they care, so they can get what they want.
Listen, man.
And these women are out here believing everything that they're saying and not watching what they're doing. So, and that's the problem. And then they're out there, because on Instagram, she's showing her ass, she doing this. Oh, that mean that he want me because I'm giving him all of this. No, that means he wants to sleep with you. That doesn't mean he likes you. But women, especially the younger women, they don't know how to separate those things. It doesn't make sense to them that somebody could sleep with me and not like me. Because in their mind, if I sleep with you, I like you.
I was telling somebody, I have to like you, and this is straight up. I have to like you to even want to have sex with you. Like I could, even in the days where I was just smashing chicks when I was like 20, 21, 22, I still kind of had to like you and want to be around you at some point. Like I couldn't just be like, all right, I'm just going to get mine and keep it moving. Like I had to like you to even want to engage with you like that. I've always been wired different when it came to that because like I've realized that after a while, you wearing other people for real. And I realized that really early.
Did you like them or were you attracted to them? Quick.
What is this light?
No, we're like, if I wasn't smashing you, I could be around you. Yeah. No, I enjoyed them as people. If I wasn't beaten, but I was just at your house watching Friends, because that's what they like to watch.
Who? It was white.
Oh, my bad.
The truth is the truth.
I'm like, who watches Friends?
Because we was watching Living Single, but go ahead.
I like that show too. No, but if I could be around you and sex wasn't on the table, then it was cool. It wasn't about, you know what I'm saying? I know men never lie, and black men don't cheat. Can we bring that hashtag back? Oh, you don't like it? I forget you then, Didi.
Oh, anyway, people cheat.
Look at you taking the high road. Thanks. I thought you was gonna engage me, but you didn't. So that's fine. I'll get you later.
What?
I'll get you later. You gonna give me something. I'm telling you. Come on, next.
Okay, so look, this one go in. This might tie right into this topic too. So how or what needs to be unlearned in order for us to progress in any aspect of life? A lot Black folks done learned a lot of BS now. We done learned a lot that we got to unlearn.
Can we unlearn the snitching culture? The no snitching culture?
Oh my God.
We already figured that out.
If
you're not involved in if you're not involved in gang activity or criminal activity and you tell as a civilian, that's not snitching.
Right.
But again, you're right. You're right.
But we still, that still, you know doesn't. I mean? You still go and it's like, I ain't see nothing, you know. But it's so funny because, but when it comes to your front door, now you want somebody to talk.
That's right.
But flip side, you're not gonna talk. Can't have it both ways.
All right, because if you engaging in anything illegal, you know what the consequences to that is. Somebody just might tell on your ass, and you might go to jail. So, I'm telling.
Listen, man. I don't know where people think I'm supposed to just let you break into my house. I see you. I want my stuff back.
You gonna call the cops?
Forget it, bro. I got insurance. Right.
Because you see how they treat what's the little boy name? 6ix9ine. They treat that, but that boy ain't no thug.
Right.
No. Y'all done kidnapped this girl, done slept with the girl. They did all kind of stuff to that girl. And y'all don't think he was gonna tell? He a rapper that's faking being a thug. That's a character.
It's Daniel.
That's Daniel, right? That's Daniel. That's Daniel.
He was telling.
Right? Anyway, Tekashi, what does that even mean? You Mexican. Tekashi's not even a Mexican word.
Ain't that Japanese?
Yeah. What it mean?
I ain't gonna lie.
69. Like
he got some nice beats with his music though. I ain't gonna lie.
He definitely did. He got me hyped for a couple of summers.
Yeah, he got a
producers
couple.
Need to get more credit.
It's slapping. Yeah, because his
I said producers need to get more credit.
Yeah, his beats was like that. Like they was super nice. They was thumping.
Now he was pissing me off because he just wouldn't shut up. Now I'm like, all right, 6ix9ine. Now you're going too far. Now you done told them the folks. Now go sit down. They ain't gonna do nothing to me. I'm outside. Okay.
No, you're not. You was outside at 6 a.m.
with security.
Just like 50 Cent used to do when 50 Cent first came out. He would do all his no, seriously. Right when he got on, like after he got shot 9 times, he would do interviews in the street, but they'd be like on some obscure back block at like 8 a.m. It's like that's not right there on Jamaica Ave. Like I know that's not Jamaica Ave. Like, so I mean, I feel like what we need to unlearn, we need to stop making generalizations, and we treat Blackness as a monolith, and we need to stop doing that. Because treating Blackness as a monolith keeps us from wanting to grow and build with other Blacks that are different from us. Like, I don't want to be in a room with other Blacks that are similar to me. I need you to be dynamic in a way that I'm not, because I need to learn from you. I need to pick your brain. You know about financial literacy. You know about trading stocks. You know about the things that I don't know. I need to be around you. I might know something you need to know. But we don't do that. We stick with what's comfortable. Like, oh, you be thugging too, I be thugging too. You be cursing all loud out your mouth. You can't read. All right, you can't read. We can't read. Let's be together. Let's
not read together.
Like, let's be illiterate together. That don't make no sense. Like, we love generalizing ourselves, but get mad when other people generalize us. You can't be a stereotype, live a stereotype, and then when you get stereotyped, you mad. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. We got to stop fearing growth. We need to start feeling like we deserve to be in a lot of rooms too. I think a lot of Black people don't feel like they deserve to be in certain spaces.
What about the West Indian versus African American rivalry?
That's very real.
I don't even know why it's a rivalry, because hell, y'all just got dropped off the slave ship before we did. We was all
earlier in the trip.
We got off first.
Yeah. First stop, West Indies. That is us. We over here.
understand. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get the rivalry.
They feel West Indians feel like Americans are lazy, and American blacks feel like West Indians are like snooty. Like, oh, you think you better than us? Well, they have a different work ethic by the time they get over here. Like,
we didn't ask to be here.
I mean, it's the same thing with like Puerto Ricans, you know, and you know, Dominicans, Cubans, you know, Puerto Ricans are looked at as lazy. They got access to the United States, you know, where the other islands don't have that direct access, you know, to the US. And so a lot of times they're looked at as, you know, lazy, got it easy, you know, don't have it as hard as us.
I didn't know that. I did not know that aspect of it.
Yep. Because think about it, they can come live here, you know what I'm saying, in the US, where, you know, others got to jump through hoops to try to come live in the US. You know?
Literal hoops, like the inner tube, they jump through them, and then, you know what? We got to move on.
Oh my God.
Get it? Hoops.
But I mean, when you think about it, though, I mean, Black Americans, for the most part, once again, it's that thing, right? It's like a lot of people look at the swag of, you know, Black people in America. They like that swag. They like how we walk, talk, act. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they don't want all the extras. So it's like, yeah, I like all that, and it's cool until someone, you know, thinks I'm one of them, and then I got to make sure that they know there is some type of difference between us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from such and such, you know.
Daniel, it causes difficulty within the community because it makes us look at each other like the bane of existence. Like and I know for a fact, because I've heard West Indians say this, if a West Indian moves next door to a Black American family, they're automatically going to assume a negative connotation. Like, oh, they're probably going to leave their garbage out by the door, or just something that's going to make their life a little more difficult. Whereas like when West Indians live together, they already speak the same language. They have this unspoken communication. It just, you know, there's no miscommunication between that. But at the end of the day, I learned so much about work ethic and what's needed to really succeed on your own sweat equity from West Indians. Like Vito's pops, mad hard worker. Like his cousin Joseph pops, mad hard worker. Like I learned what they did to get where they got. And then I would just look around and like, man, if we could just, you know, muster a fraction of that, you know, Africans, they're like geniuses and doctors when they come out the womb. Jeez.
But they are so mean.
Didi, what do you mean we are mean?
I used to get my hair done by the Africans. I'll be in there like, bitch, just hurry up and braid my hair. Right. I don't have time for this. Why you mad at me?
Why are you all moving around? Sit still. Like,
20 people braiding my hair at the same time. Yeah.
Black people are the only people that tends to separate themselves.
Willingly.
I'm like, we all Black.
But, because if you have 2 white people in the room and 2 Black people in the room, the 2 white people are not going to separate themselves. Even if one is Polish,
I'm Irish,
and one
I'm
is
Polish.
Right. They're not going to be talking about that. No. They're going to bring a commonality together.
I like green bean casserole. So do I.
All right. Where we looking at each other like, well, I'm from the islands. I'm from Africa.
Right.
Daniel disagrees.
I mean, I need him to elaborate. I get that. I mean, yeah. I mean, you tend to.
We're talking about in America, though, right?
I mean, people are.
When was the last Civil War?
People always. I mean, people are, but people also find commonalities, and
but we so
as Black people as a whole, we separate ourselves easily,
even down to the smallest thing like light skin, dark skin. Good hair.
Daniel, have you gone to other countries? Because I'll be honest with you, in a lot of other countries, yes, color plays a part of it, but they're more on classism. More than race.
Those who got it,
I mean,
stay together. If you ain't got it, stay away from me.
Right. You go to a lot of countries, they're more on classism than racism.
yeah.
You know, I mean, of course, you have those we know which tend to be more in Europe, but you know, go to the islands, go to South America. So you got to give me some examples, Daniel, because it's typically classism, it's typically religion, and then you have sprinkles of, you know, race. You know,
I would also like to add that if you remember, most people don't think about this that deep. The early history of America, when the potato famine happened and the Irish came over here in droves, they was the niggas. When the Italians left and they came over here, they was the niggas. After the Holocaust and the Jews came over here, they was the niggas. We always been here. So by the time history did what it does, all of those groups just became white. Jew, Irish, Italian, Russian, Eastern European, all of those, and when history did what it did, white. Don't nobody care about your little groups, little subgroups. Blacks, where you from? I'm from Philly. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. Oh, now New York City's even segregated. I came in that. Like, we came up. I don't mess with Harlem dudes like that. I don't mess with Queens dudes. Queens is right above Brooklyn. What you mean you don't mess with Queens dudes? There's probably, you know, it's just that white people don't do that separation.
Because you got to
like,
think,
where you from?
Yeah, because think about it, right? You have, as far as, you know, the white people, the quote unquote real white people were the Spaniards, right? The French and the English, right? Those like were the three. Anything outside of that was like, what you doing here? like what you doing here? You know what I mean?
Well, old master came in my hut and we procreated this little baby, and now we got us a mutt.
And then, you know, but see the difference with the Spaniards, they love sleep. I mean, they really love sleeping with them women of color. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, we could talk about this type of stuff like all day because, you know, you have that conversation. Because think about this, right? In the US, right? You had more black people that went to Brazil, went to the islands than, you know, coming to the US. But the US behind Africa and Brazil has the most black people in the world. Third. How does that happen? And we're gonna leave that for it. You know, I just wanted to put that out there.
He said, how much negativity is associated with a white person from the South versus a white person from the North?
Depends on who you ask. Depends on what South you're talking about. Because a lot of people don't consider, even though we know it is, a lot of people don't consider Florida the South because it's so saturated with everybody else versus like Georgia, versus like Mississippi, Alabama, like the slave states. Let's keep it real. The slave states, right? The thing you have to understand, Daniel, is Northern racism and Southern racism are completely different. Southern racism is like, you's a nigger. Northern racism is like, we would hire you, but we had two other candidates. It's different. Unless it's like Italian neighborhood, then you know better than to be playing around in Bath Avenue and Bensonhurst. You don't be like in the late 80s, early 90s, you ain't mess around in Bensonhurst, Bath Avenue, Bay Ridge. You stay your black behind over in Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, and Flatbush. That's it. It's not the negativity, it's what type of racism triggers you the most.
And you spoke of the Italians. That's why that first sperm donor, I got X'd out because he's Italian, and that's a no.
And that's a lot of this thing. A lot of people, and the crazy thing is like people act like there's not Hispanic on black racism, like, but we play so much into. And we never discuss it. Not us, but just it's never discussed. Like and this is the crazy thing, right? We let Fat Joe say nigga. We let all the Hispanic rappers say nigga. right?
But they're black.
But Black Fat Joe says he's black.
Why aren't Hispanic people black? You got dark-skinned Hispanics and light-skinned Hispanics.
I know.
And they have racism within each other because some are dark, some are light.
But you have that inner city, don't bring that Moreno to my house or whatever. Like, you get that, it's there. So it's like,
of course,
we pick and choose our racism sometimes.
But that's in the black community as well too.
Right.
Oh no, for sure. I'm just spitballing. But like, sorry, overt versus
our
unspoken.
lineage. You're gonna mess up our color line.
Yeah.
Talk about the color line, boss.
No, I mean, we know it. I'm just saying, like, I mean, so, you know, fun fact, like, from Mississippi, of course, we all know this, but you know, there's an area, and if anybody, you know, from the SIP, they can kind of vouch for this. Like, so we have Pass Christian DeLille, and like when I was growing up, everybody there was light skinned, everybody, and they kept it within their color line for the most part. And they would, you know, they would frown upon, you know, dating outside of those color lines. And so so it was kind of like one of those things where you seen light-skinned girls, like, especially if they was in packs, you like, oh, she passed, she from DeLille. Like, you already knew if they rolled in packs because that's just how their family was. And so you see that. I mean, it was like that in Louisiana too. Creole, like, I know Creole girls and their parents would be like, yo, no, he's too dark. You know, like, you need to date somebody lighter. Like, we can't have these dark babies. And especially from the grandparents, you know what I'm saying? They was real big on that, you know, the color of your skin. Yep. Like, no, we got to keep our color. Can't have no dark babies out here.
Yep.
So
yeah, that brown paper bag test.
I remember hearing about that. I remember Vanessa Williams talking about that some years back. But here's the crazy thing, right? This is where my frustration with that within our community hits home and hits my heart. So Mackenzie is obviously mixed, but she'll get flack from suburban black kids about her not being black enough to talk about certain things. And she'll look at them and be like, make that make sense. You are a suburban black kid talking to somebody who is in Brooklyn, in the place that you're pretending to be from, constantly knowing things, constantly learning from people in those environments. Her not feeling black enough always hurts my feelings because it's like, I know where that's coming from. I told her flat out, I was like, to be honest with you, it's going to be a battle you're going to be fighting for a long time, because ingrained in our culture is that I've never understood it as a man. You think you're better than. And I've heard from black women say, like, that's sometimes how they felt about light-skinned women when they were younger. Like, oh, they feel like they're better than us. And I mean, school days was all about that. So I feel like that's another thing we need to unlearn. We have to stop doing that to each other. We have to. Because when the cops pull over a light-skinned black boy, he's not gonna be like, oh, you mixed, carry on.
I mean, we have to stop calling black people not black enough. That's what we need to unlearn. I guess that's what you're trying to say, because that's horrible, because we do it all the time. And I'll be honest with you. I've done it. I've done it, you know, myself when I was younger, of course, you know, before I really understood, you know what I'm saying? I felt like black was a certain type of way, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you didn't grow up as rough as me, as tough as me. Oh, you ain't black. You don't know what it is to struggle. That is the stupidest shit I ever heard. And I'm the stupidest shit I ever said in my life. I'm disgraceful that I even said that to people, you know.
Well, you just made another unlearned thing. We need to unlearn saying that struggling is the way to go. Like, that's the rite of passage. You got to struggle
is black
to succeed.
Right. No, it is. No, the struggle. I got it from the mud. Let me tell you something. I have friends, family members like that refuse to take, you know, any type of help because they need to get it from the mud. They got to figure it out. Instead of, it's like, yo, someone reaching back, which is what most cultures do, right? They gonna reach back and pull you up. And it's like, nah, sometimes we don't even want people to help us. We want to feel this, we want to struggle, roll around in the dirt. and not get nowhere.
Just so you could say.
So you
Bro,
can
I got it
say,
out the mud.
I got it from the mud. Do you know I wish I could say I didn't get it from the mud?
Listen.
I want to be a trust fund baby, like them little jokers I got. You feel me? Like set up, good to go, ready. When
That's
they get
the
older.
point.
That's the point. Nah, I gotta get it from the mud. I can remember cats wanting to be in the hood. Parents had money. You know what I'm saying? They had a nice house, but yet they want to be in the hood. Who do that?
Yep.
Because
they glamorized being in the hood.
Yo,
making the trauma our culture.
I didn't ask my parents to make good money. What?
Yeah, they glamorize it. What do we do? We the rappers glamorize. They do videos in the hood.
I did too because I played
in the
baseball.
Trap houses and all that. Like that's what we did. We just had the conversation a couple weeks ago about remember I asked about black kids going to predominantly black schools. Like if your child doesn't go to a predominantly black school, they're not going to be ready for the world. I'm like, what? Okay, well, I would beg to differ. So,
Amen.
I'm trying not to get it out the mud now.
You feel me? Amen.
Yo, it's crazy. Like the one thing I will say though.
Erica hit that one right there on that. Listen, because what I'm telling you right now is I am so tired. I'm talking about exhausted, tired of people acting as if I showed up like this. I'm tired of it. Like I didn't work and do nothing. Like it just got handed to me. I'm like, really?
It's mad years before you saw me.
God damn.
Yo, speaking of that, I don't know about you, but somehow, some way, I don't know struggle no more. Like what it's like I never knew struggle in my life.
Right.
I never been through anything. Everything come to me easy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to work for it.
Yep.
But of course, these people that be on the outside looking in, like, what are we talking about?
If somebody had to do anything, even now that I've already gotten to a good point, in one day they would fold and the shit that I do in one day. Now,
just to keep it all together. Word.
Like, man, it makes me so angry because I'm like, you couldn't have existed at all through the things that I had to go through at all. Oh, well, you was in the military and you wouldn't even attempt to sacrifice your life for some raggedy ass country that don't give a shit about you and leave your kids for months at a time. Cut it out.
And why do they act like we millionaires when we go to the military?
They do treat it like that. That is how it is presented like that.
As like trying to get food stamps and WIC. Play with it. Ain't nobody work, nobody rich.
I could tell you as a civilian, that's almost how it's perceived. But I think it's because my cousin was in the Air Force. Like my cousin was in the Air Force, and he went out. He left Brooklyn Tech at 18, went to the Air Force, retired at 46, became like an instructor. Like he did the steps to put himself in a position. But in my mind, it's like all those steps before that night, he was already riding around and getting it. It's kind of perceived that way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just the Air Force, though. No other branch of the military feels like that to civilians, in my opinion.
We were Air Force.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, we all come up with this
misconception. Y'all feel rich to us. The Army, I feel like there's
years to get $50,000. Cut it out. People ain't making no money like that.
I feel like in my mind, I have to complete this. In my mind, it's like a class thing. It's like the Air Force is like they the upper class military. Army is like
that's true.
I mean, quality of life wise, we all get paid off the same pay chart.
Yeah,
we all
it's just,
the pay
we
scale
do
the same
typically
for
have
every
a
brand.
better quality of life, but
quality of life is better, but everybody's same pay scale.
Yeah, same pay scale though.
Listen,
really rich.
I didn't realize how broke I was until I retired. It's disgusting when I look back. Like y'all really got me.
Yeah,
had me thinking, no, man, you ain't gonna live near no base, so you can go to the BX in the commissary. No.
Why you say it with the runaway slave voice?
Because that's what they make you feel like. Like if you don't live, like you got to get all your benefits. I don't want to look at a military base if I don't ever have to ever again, ever. And I don't. I stay about an hour, 2 hours away from a base and don't go nowhere near one. No.
I can't say that. I live close to one. Actually live close to two. Might be three.
Nope. What did he say? He said he was an Army brat. Both parents retired, but I also served and heard that a lot on both ends. Yeah. Let's go, Erica. Come on to the better. Listen, child. I ain't thought about no EPR, whatever the shit, all that crap I used to be at home crying about. And man, fuck them people, man. Whew! 20 years. My God.
There it is.
I'm grateful.
We got one more, Didi.
We got a lot more, but we only gonna do one more. Okay.
Okay, so that means you gotta make it good.
Which one I'm gonna pick? Let's see. Do I want to be petty?
You always want to be petty.
Oh, I do.
Oh, is it about the? Yeah. The moment you said petty, I said, hold on.
Can a woman or man successfully come out of a hoe phase, or is it once a hoe, always a hoe? Which y'all think?
Hold on.
My turn. Me first.
Petty. What you think?
Oh,
you. Didi, what you think?
I think it's a lot of factors to that. Because it depends on when the whole phase was. Because it could have been like really early, like teenage years, something like that. Like maybe, it could have been caused by some type of trauma. A lot of people who are promiscuous have been molested. So it depends on a lot of things. But if you just being a hoe, just be a hoe. And you just like to be a hoe, chances of you coming out of that, that's hard. I think you're just gonna be a hoe.
When was yours? I'll tell you when. I have no problem telling you when mine was. I'm letting you know that because I'm not putting you on the spot. When was yours?
I don't know if I really had a whole phase, because I was single. Like I didn't I treated guys like shit. So
single hoes is the
I want to say I was a hoe though. Like I was sleeping with one guy, but I didn't like him. So then I'm like, done, go to the next. Done, go to the next. Like I didn't.
That's
but I
hoeing.
But I wasn't sleeping with multiple guys at the same time.
No, it's not.
I don't do multiple dicks. I don't do two penises at the same time. My vagina is very sensitive and she don't like multiple shit. So, I'm
not letting you.
No, because you got women who will sleep with a guy one night and then another guy the next night. I can't do that. That's a little bit too much for me.
Hoeing is bodies within a time frame, in my opinion.
Like bodies within a time frame.
Hoeing different. Huh?
So give me the time frame, and I'll tell you what it was.
So if you got a 3-year stretch of hoeing, let's not alleged hoeing. We're not gonna call it hoeing until we get the verdict.
Okay.
Alleged hoeing, 3-year stretch. If it's 6 or more guys you was hoeing.
In 3 years?
Because some of y'all like to cuff a dude for a little bit, especially if y'all call yourself fake liking him. Y'all keep him for a quarter or two.
Yeah, because my life a little different than other people. Because I ain't gonna tell them. I'll tell you after the show. But my life a little different. So I don't think I've ever had that many guys in 3 years.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm trying to calculate, but I don't think I've had that many in 3 years.
I don't think a man can be a hoe. I think a woman can be a hoe, but a man can't.
Yes, he can.
Or a man can get out of the hoe phase. I don't know if a woman can really get out of a hoe phase, honestly.
I like his stance. He playing the dangerous tonight. I like that.
I'm being
so
honest.
A man can sleep with a different woman every night and he's not considered a hoe?
I mean, I know hoers that are married and super faithful. So I don't really know too many hoe women that are married. And so I can't.
A lot of women
Why did
that
you
are
put that up
married
there?
that are hoes.
Get that out of there. What are you doing?
Right,
Get
take that
there.
off.
I'm just trying to figure out how a man can't be a hoe.
Because it's not. It's that bias.
This is the unlearned part right here.
No, it's a bias. That's really what it is. It's just one of those biases that's really just what it is. Because a man hoe, there's no repercussions for it like it is for a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, you can't really be a hoe, because a hoe is a derogatory term. You call a man a hoe, he like, whatever. Like, that's not gonna stop me from getting women, whatever the case may be. But if you say that about a woman, that she's a hoe, it could potentially stop her from getting a good man. Not necessarily stop her from getting booty, but stop her from getting a good man. It's one of those situations.
Yeah. I said this before and y'all killed me for it, but I'm gonna say it again because I stand on what I'm saying. I've totally had women not want to fool with me because they heard that I made my rounds around campus. So between the ages of 18 to 22, I was wilding. Didi, I need both of y'all to make eye contact with me when I say this word. I was wilding. I don't want to say the number because I don't want to get judged. I was wilding.
You was a hoe.
And
you was a hoe.
I would throw 40% of those bodies back in the ocean.
Okay, before you go on, you got to say why though.
Because it was a clear dark night, a clear black moon. He was in the streets trying to consume. I was just in the streets trying to consume. That's all I was doing. It wasn't even like a plan. It was like, oh, we out? Oh, you with it? You going? Cool.
Derek, how did your mom, never mind, know you was out here in these streets, bro?
Because he was being a hoe.
Because he was hoeing. When you hoeing, everybody knows.
Okay, well,
okay. No, actually, no. Erica, I'm going to tell you straight up. I have not spent 1 red cent on an abortion, ever. My pullout game was stupid. Like, I'm from Baltimore. My pullout game was stupid when I was young. Never a pregnancy scare. Never. I was wilding. 40% back in the ocean because it didn't meet the mark. I was just trying to catch one. Listen, this is decades ago, so I can talk about this unashamed because I've lived it.
So, okay, let's because we've talked about this a couple times, so I want to ask you some questions as you're explaining this. Mentally, where were you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what got you to the point where you was like, yo, I need to bag as many chicks as I possibly can? Because this could help, a young guy in that conversation.
I'm going to tell you exactly what it was because I've had this conversation with young men at work. Okay. Because I was a late bloomer, like I didn't start getting chicks until I was like 16, 17, like on a consistent basis, right?
That's late.
Like consistently being able to be like, you're going with me. So once I was able to do that, I kind of had this like chip on my shoulder. Like, oh, I'm never going to get denied again. Because when I was young, I was skinny, black. I got the like I got it all. So by the time I got good looking, I was like, oh, you might not be the one who made me feel this way, but you going to get it like you did. So that's really all it was. It was like, it was me taking my trauma and my trauma paint and splashing it on the wall. Mm-hmm. You getting hit. Like, I'm not bragging when I say this thing I'm about to say. There was one night I went to 4 different dorm rooms just cause. Just so cause. Gross.
Was there a fulfillment, in doing this?
No.
Mm-mm.
Still felt
I was.
like
It's funny you say that because I was just having this conversation the other night.
We lost your volume. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Wayne.
Can you hear me now?
All right, there you go.
Those were my loneliest nights. Like I would go to bed like after because I wasn't sleeping over. You know what I'm saying? And the only fulfillment I got out of it was people watching me do it and then being like, yo, that's crazy. You smashed like, yeah, you know, blah, blah. But like at the end of the night, I'm in my bed like, what is this really all about? And even in my most carnal days, I asked myself, what is this really all about? So I knew very early what I was doing wasn't fulfilling me, but when your flesh is speaking louder than any other voice, you don't care. All you care about is the high fives and the, yo, that's crazy, da-da-da-da-da. 4 of them, yo, you was wilding, da-da-da-da-da, yeah, you know, whatever.
Male ego.
But God and his sense of humor was like, I'm going to give you a pretty smart daughter. Have fun. And I look at her every day.
All right, so I got one more. So one more question, and I guess we can move on. But so what was the change? You know what I'm saying? What made you say, this is unfulfilling? I can't live like this no more because this isn't working. I'm feeling more alone by doing this.
2 things. I met Mackenzie's mom, and she said to me, I remember it's like it was yesterday. She said to me, I don't want you to see anybody else. That was the first thing. Nobody else had ever put a limitation on me. They just accepted me in my mal behavior. Every chick I was with knew I was doing what I was doing, but none of them was like, I need you to stop that so you can be with me. She did. First thing. Second thing, 1 word, 5 letters, Jesus. The reflection of who I wanted to be as a man in Christ didn't match up. So once that happened, I was like, all right, that I obviously can't live like that anymore. And I have this woman who sees me. And that's why you can come out of a whole phase when you figure out what was missing, and that piece gets filled in. That's why I be saying, and that's why I agree with you when it comes to a man doesn't need 4 years to know who he wants to be with. The moment that piece is put in and locked, and you feel what you've been looking to feel, it's a wrap. Once that fulfillment is present, you don't need to do
it goes back to most people are hoes because of trauma. You were traumatized. People were calling you names. They didn't like you. They made you feel unwanted. So you took it out on other people. That's most of the time what that type of action comes from. People aren't just innately hoes. I don't care how many times somebody tells you to sleep with a whole bunch of women. If you don't want to sleep with a whole bunch of women, you're just not going to. But most of the time, there is just some trauma that happened that causes you to do these things. And then there are a select few people who just are hoes.
No, that's true.
And those people, I just don't think there is no healing from that. They just like doing it.
True. Straight up.
Okay.
Straight up.
Well, Wayne, thanks for that enlightening information.
Man. I'm gonna say the number once we click off. Your face is gonna hit the floor when I tell you the number. And I will explain to y'all why I got you. I like how we share. I love the fact that we don't tell y'all everything. We keep a lot.
Ain't none of y'all business. No. So what y'all got going on for the week? What y'all got coming up? Anything going on? We got some other topics, but I'll save them for next week. Yeah, because we've been on here for a minute.
I'll jump it off. So I done sit my book back in. So, hopefully in the next maybe 2 weeks, I'll be announcing that, and we'll be having it ready on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, a couple other spots, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you can get it from your boy, of course. So yeah, doing that, man.
And you're gonna travel and speak with that. I'm assuming that's part of the plan too.
Yep.
Dope.
Okay.
Dope. I was in the studio today. I kind of got the itch to record again, just because I got so much going on in my life that I kind of needed a creative release. So I got with one of my guys, dope producer, really, really dope producer, Carolina's finest music. And I went down and recorded some stuff, and like that's just where I'm at right now, because everything else is life. Everything else, life is happening, you know, new job, you know, stuff like that. But like as far as like the creative stuff and other stuff going on, like I'm at a place where I just want to do what makes me happy and what makes me feel well, not good, what makes me feel well as a person. So, and I encourage listen, I don't know who's hearing this, who's going to see it. Don't engage in the things that make you happy. Engage in things that make you feel well, because happiness is fleeting. Wellness is a continuum of feelings. Wellness is what we need as a people to heal. And listen, invest in wellness of any kind, emotional, physical wellness. Stop chasing happiness.
You better
What
preach,
you got going on?
yeah. You better preach. No.
Core Countess. What you got going on, Core Countess?
What do I have? Dang, I'm a little tipsy, so forgive me. I don't know what I got going on. Shit. Of course, I just got a new client, so that's amazing. A new Core Queen client, so I'm excited to work with her so we can see her transformation. Of course, you know, Core Queen Fitness. You can Google me on anything. Google, search, whatever, the Core Queen, I'll pop up. If you want to just see my workout videos, get some ideas, some meal plans, meal ideas, workout ideas, whatever. Go on my social media platforms and you can check out all of my goodness out there. If you want to be a client, hit me up. Any links that you see on my pages. Please don't waste my time, because I ain't got time.
Say it again.
If you're not serious.
I don't miss that. I don't miss that as a trainer. I don't miss that.
I don't allow them to waste my time. Once you get on the call with me and I decide that we're not a good fit, that's it. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
But that's what the consultation call. I never did consultation calls. Yeah.
And my price is too high for people to waste my time. They either gonna pay it or they're not. Ain't too many people paying that price. So also what I got. I think I got something coming up and I can't think of what it is. Something is happening here soon. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to LA and I'm excited about it because I need a trip so bad. I'm going to LA April 15th. So I don't know what the hell. I'm just going. I got my flight. I got my hotel. I got my rental car. I'm just going. I'm ready to go. I need a vacation so bad.
I thought that was going to come with a story. You're like, no,
I'm just going to LA. I'm just going. Just going to LA. And then in a few months, next month, my kids decided that we need to do family trips once a year. And I guess my children don't know how much money I have, which is a good thing. And they conspired together to decide where we're going to go. Yo, they picked the cheapest trip ever. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I was like, cool, I'm on it. Let's go.
Them Airbnbs out there be fire though. Like some of them houses that they be Airbnb out there, them 6-bedroom joints.
Yeah. So I'll go look up something. We're going next month. So I'm like, that's where y'all want to go for the first family trip? That's okay, cool. And then of course, y'all know my artist has finally gotten the song back. Finally gotten the song back. So we can get it published tomorrow. We'll put it on the publishing platforms tomorrow. You know, it takes them about 2 weeks to actually put it out to the store. So in the next 2 weeks, the song with him, Anthony Hamilton, will finally be out for download and stream.
Dope.
So that's exciting. No, I'm not going to Bike Week, Daniel. We will not be going during Memorial Weekend. We will be there 2 weeks prior. I made sure of that. Yeah, I think that's about all I got going on. You know, the Core Queen always out here popping in these streets. But
that's true. We lame by comparison to how you live your life. So like if we can live vicariously through you, like from week to week, we'll be all right.
I'm gonna need an assistant here soon. Like, and I'm being serious because it's just too much. It's too much. And I can't wait to share with y'all my backyard. It'll be done this weekend, I think. Our backyard's getting redone, so I can't wait to show y'all the pictures.
Say it again. Say it again.
It's so nice. What? My backyard.
Say it again. Say it one more time.
At my house, you asshole.
I got you. I apologize. I gotta act up. We about to dip, so I gotta give one more act up.
We appreciate all of the battle buddies in the comments every week coming out. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get monetized. So every subscription matters, every view matters, every like matters, every comment matters. So please go on the YouTube channel, share it, send it to people, let them know we're here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Shout us out. Let people know we're the best podcast y'all have ever seen, because we are. And we will holler at y'all next Tuesday. Peace out.